In a spiritual journey, there's two paths, I'd say. One is very long-winded, I'll call that the indirect path, and the other is very quick, and I'll call that the direct path. And sometimes we think we're on the direct path when actually we're doing zigzags around the indirect path. Sometimes we're in denial that we're on the indirect path, and this hurts our spiritual growth, and we may well end up getting 5 years down the line and nothing much has changed for us inside. And that is such a waste of a true spiritual awakening, because there's a potential within us to absolutely blossom. And I wish that for everybody, so I'm going to talk today a little bit about the differences between the direct and the indirect path to enlightenment. Now, of course, I can't claim to be enlightened, but I can claim to have been on the path and been putting the work in on the path for a long while. It seems very clear to me now, today, that there are two paths we can take. There's the direct path and there's the indirect path. Sometimes we think we're on the direct path and we feel that perhaps filtering through all of our thought forms, all of our negative beliefs, all of our karmic sludge, one by one, is the direct path. And I want to tell you for free that it isn't. It will get you where you need to go in the end, but you're going to go a long roundabout way. And sometimes we're in denial of the fact that we're actually taking this path. We're choosing to take this path. And the path can seem confusing, right? It feels like we're doing the right things all the time. Oh, I'm clearing this karmic crap as these thought forms come up and I watch them go. But most of the time we aren't watching them go. We're almost lighting a fire underneath them so they burn more by getting involved with them with our minds. And then sometimes at the end, after we've played that out for a little moment, maybe 5-10 minutes, we look back and think, where did that 5-10 minutes go? I remember there being a absolute fluttering on my mind, but I don't remember what I was thinking about. And most of the time it's never ever relevant to you or to anything you're doing. It's usually to do with the past and you creating some new karmas for yourself in the moment by playing with this thought form. Now there's no judgment, it's innocent. We're here to play, we're here to enjoy our lives, right? And it's playful to get involved with these things that we're not. And it's playful, and this is fun, this is the ignorance of it, this is the whole journey, to convince ourselves that we aren't God, or we aren't the divine within. And that's a fun play, because we are that, and to forget that we're that as we grasp hold of these beliefs or thought forms that make us feel less than, it's fun, that's a joy, that's totally intoxicating for our eternal being. If we were always eternal and we knew we were eternal, how boring that would be. This whole journey is literally set out for us to fool us into thinking we're not the eternal, so that it brings such joy when we remember that we are. Today I've been playing with the idea of the indirect path and the direct path to enlightenment, because it seems very clear to me that I've been taking the indirect path for a hell of a long time. Clearing each wave of beliefs, or each wave of, we're getting subtler and subtler, we're sort of grinding down the stone so that it becomes smaller and smaller. But why on earth we're polishing the turd, I have no idea. There's no need to polish the turd. polishing the turd is essentially taking the indirect path. The direct path is not only realising the divinity in the turd. Oh, look at me here talking about turds when I'm trying to talk about these things. You know, every moment really and truly, I said this in a video the other day, but this is becoming so deep and so true for me as a real visceral experience in my life. Everything is sacred, really every moment. And it's almost like for me, I had my attitude totally wrong in every moment. Because I can now see and really feel that every moment is sacred within me. We are all totally sacred. And to be doing things in every moment that aren't sacred, like the indirect path, like believing in thought forms, whilst it's fun, it's like, well, what a waste of time. We're here once, as us. Don't you want to know the divinity in every moment? And of course, I need to be careful because sometimes these words like divinity or whatever, they don't have any experiential gravitas within some people. Some people don't know this to be true about themselves. So the word sounds abstract and it's like, eh. And for those people, they're taking the indirect path. And that's fine. It will get you there in the end. It did me. It is continuing to play out through me. But the most direct path, and I've only come to this literally a couple of days ago now, to this conclusion within myself, that the direct path is showing up for life in a way that you've perhaps never shown up for life before. Showing up for life with the respect that one would have for the divine within. If you knew that you were God, wouldn't you show up for him in every moment? If you knew that the power coursing through your veins was Allah or Brahman, wouldn't you want to humble yourself at its feet in every moment? That's the direct path. And you know it, you get an instant feeling, feedback of bliss inside. Not just surface level bliss, yes I feel good. No, deeper than that. Knowing that having this feeling of bliss is a reflection of how sacred I am. Is a reflection of my never-endingness, my timeless nature. And this is how we begin to sit back, and I'm realising this as the words are coming out of my mouth, really how we lose and come out of duality. Because even if a really positive, blissful feeling is happening within, you know that that's a conscious reflection of who you are, this eternal being behind it, witnessing it without getting attached to it. And then if we're in the dark night of the soul, how the pain is surface level, and encapsulating that pain is a sweetness. Why is this pain here? I hate this pain. Is taking the indirect path. Feeling the pain on the surface, encapsulated by the sweetness that isn't in time within you. Oh, can we speak like this, or am I going to be sectioned? This is the direct path to enlightenment, to really begin to come in and understand our consciousness as, yes, part of this world. And our ego is there to blind us to the deeper sense of us as this witness, knowing whilst witnessing that we are far beyond any of this dreamlike experience that we call life. And what a beautiful dream it is when we take the direct path. Should you wish, there is a free guided meditation down below. It will stoke up this inner feeling within you, this inner blissful feeling, so that we can begin to train ourselves to take ourselves away or behind the blissful feeling as the witness of it, and enjoy the extra bliss surrounding that blissful feeling. I don't know if that's going to make sense. It's like bliss on bliss. And of course, should you wish, down below there is a free spiritual community for awakening souls. Should you wish to join that, you're more than welcome to. Should you wish to have people that you wish to speak to, that really get and understand the journey that you're going through, because the world is waking up, and I'm beginning to meet more and more people that are going through similar experiences to me. And that's fantastic, because then you don't have to be alone. You don't have to think you're going crazy. We're all waking up at our own pace, right? And it seems like some of us are waking up a lot quicker than others. This will do. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.